Hey, I'm Dr. Kerry Horrell. I'm one of the psychologists here at the Menninger Clinic. There's a lot of talk about burnout in the society and in the world that we live in currently, but it's not always easy to know exactly when you're having burnout. Some of the major things to look for is that you have a change in the way that you're thinking. If you find yourself becoming really cynical, really like, I just don't think things are going to go well, more pessimism than is typical for you, you find yourself getting irritable quickly, where things feel like you're getting touchier, and also when you start to feel like I can't think as well, it's harder to concentrate, and I'm not as effective then in my job. Those are some of the big ones to look out for. That's a huge question, and there are a lot of different things for each individual person that can go into why a person ends up feeling burnt out. But a few broad level things. We are in a world of near constant connection. We're online more than we've ever been, and so there is a way in which we can be productive almost all the time. We have opportunities to be doing work in so many different arenas all the time. And so I think the ways in which we can find ourselves feeling pressured to be productive, whether even that's related to our job, but even in our home, with our friends, in our life, we feel like we can be doing stuff all the time. It can put a lot of pressure on us. Burnout is going to be easiest to notice for you, as in your relationship with yourself. Because what you're going to look for is changes to your own baseline. If you find yourself feeling more irritable, that might not be something other people in your life catch on as quickly as you catch on to it. So the big thing I would recommend is look for changes in your own baseline. Feeling more groggy, less able to concentrate, more preoccupied with anxiety, rumination, worry, and feeling like you're having those more pessimistic thoughts that are different than how you typically think. Those are good things to look out for. When you hear the word self-care, I want you to think about the phrase restorative. As in, if your battery is low, self-care is going to bump your battery up to a higher level where you feel restored. Now, this can look quite different than self-soothing. Self-soothing might look like in a quick moment, you're just feeling some pleasure. You're just like, I feel a little bit better. I'm going to do something gratifying. I'm going to eat a little sweet treat. I'm going to go scroll TikTok for a second. I'm going to do something that just helps me to kind of feel a little bit more grounded and feel good. That can be different than what we need to actually restore. Sometimes we do things that don't even feel good, or we don't traditionally think about them as feeling good, as things that help us get back to baseline. Like maybe I do want to stay out another hour with my friends because that's feeling really fun, but I know that I need to go home and catch up on some sleep. Going home and catching up on sleep because that's what you need to restore, that's self-care. There's so much that I could say about the human nervous system. We could do a whole lecture on this, but just to quickly remind us that we have a part of our nervous system, which is our body's system for sharing information that has to do with managing threat and overwhelm and anxiety. And this is called our sympathetic nervous system, also known as our fight or flight. Now, at times that in our modern day and age, it doesn't make any sense for this part of our body to be kicked on. We're not being chased from a bear in the woods. We're not facing a literal threat. We're facing chronic stress. This is still the part of our body that's revved up. And this is part of why burnout can take sort of the snowball effect where it starts to get more and more overwhelming. So what we want to be able to focus on is doing things in our life that help activate what we call our parasympathetic nervous system, or our rest and digest. This is stuff that helps us to feel grounded. It helps our body to know that we're safe and it's safe to rest. This is stuff that has to do with slowing down, taking walks, being in nature, playing with children, petting animals, doing things that help your body to slow down, like meditation, taking deep breaths. These are the things that actually tell your body at a very experiential level that it is safe to rest. And this is the stuff that you want to prioritize to bring your body down, to get out of that overwhelmed state so that you can get your mind back a little bit, because it can help you think clearer. This is a little bit of a silly analogy, but I want you to think about if you had a garden and you had a nice little fence around your garden. And when you think about what is yours emotionally to attend to, you're going to think about what is in your garden. And so everybody has their own garden, and that is for them to attend to. So when you set a boundary, you're simply letting people know that this is sort of where I feel comfortable, where I feel like this is what is my needs. And if they have a feeling about that, they feel upset, they feel angry, they feel a sense of frustration, we can appreciate that that's actually in their garden. That is for them to attend to. Now, if I end up feeling guilty about that, that's mine to attend to. But what we want to appreciate is where when people have reactions to your healthy boundaries, we want to try to appreciate that that is their responsibility to navigate. I would say rest plays a huge role in recovering from burnout. Burnout is really the body and the mind beginning to run on fumes. There's not enough there. And so all of those typical ways that we regulate our emotions, we think and we're able to think quickly, our executive functioning is operating correctly. Burnout is what's happening when those processes in our mind and in our body are starting to get depleted, like the energy that supports those are getting depleted. So rest is huge. And so one of the things that I'm talking to my people now who get really caught up in being productive all the time, I want you to remember that rest is a huge part of productivity. If we don't give our mind and our body time to recalibrate, we actually can't stay as sustainable in how we're getting things done in our life. So rest plays a massive role in being able to get our body and our mind back to the places we need to do things well. If you take even 30 seconds, but maybe even like a minute, at the beginning of your day when you get up and at the end of the day before you go to bed, where you sit up, you put your feet on the floor, and you take some deep breaths. You give yourself that small moment of meditative presence. You just focus on your breath. It's so simple, but it can really begin to set your body up and set your nervous system up for a more grounded and present day.